Hi, my name's Kylie, and I did my project on Coco, the Disney movie, and how it is part of the Mexican and Latino culture. To start off, it has some religion in it. Kind of just the moral and theme of it is following your heart. It also kind of relates with the All Souls Day in Christianity because it is also celebrated on November 2nd, along with the holiday that they talk about in the movie. It talks about the truths of what makes us a human, and the connection with people gives us our ultimate purpose. And those connections would be things like connection with family, connection with friends, and our creator. Next, we have music. The music in the movie is amazing and it shows appreciation for the culture. It can create nostalgia and familiarity as you're taken back into the streets because many of the streets in Mexico are filled with Mexican music, like Mexican mariachi bands and things like that. Then we have code switching, which is the practice of alternating between two or more languages or varieties of language in conversation. So the directors of the movie had some people come in of the Latino and Mexican culture, kind of overview the movie and give them some feedback. And one of their suggestions was to have some code switching in it because people of the culture do often tend to have code switching as a part of their everyday lives. So that cast was able to go back and forth from English to Spanish because it was actually a Latino and Mexican cast as well. The entire movie is based off of Dia de los Muertos, which is the Day of the Dead. It's a Mexican holiday. You have an altar that you set up a week before with cloth over it. You leave out favorite foods and drinks of past loved ones to greet them when they've returned. You line up candles to help guide those spirits back. You leave pictures of the deceased loved ones in the center of the altar. We'll kind of show a picture of that from the movie and then following slides. But that altar is covered in an orange cloth because orange is a big color of the holiday. The orange represents the marigold flowers that are associated. We also have a papel picado, which is colorful tissue paper that helps create a festive atmosphere. And often they can help show you the history of the family or things that are important to the family. And then we have calaveras, which are skeletons, translated to skeletons. They also have characters in the movie that are skeletons, and we'll kind of take a look at that as well. So right here, you can see the altar, you can see the marigold flowers all around the altar, and then you can see those candles that are also leading up to the altar, starting back here at the end of the table, going all the way up, followed by the pictures that are down the middle of the loved ones. Kind of hard to see in this picture, but in the next slide right here, you can kind of see that there's food for those loved ones. You can also get a closer look at the pictures and the candles, also some calaveras right here, skeletons, and here are those marigold flowers even closer up. Very pretty orange flower in Miguel's hand. These are the Apel Picado. So you can kind of see here the guitar correlates with the movie. He is looking for things about his family that he hasn't found out yet, that his family kind of has closed off from him. And music and guitar does have a lot to do with that. Right here, we have some wrenches and tools, and then also those flowers once again. Very pretty, and they definitely do bring in that festive culture. Then right here we have those calaveras. They actually are characters in the movies, like I was saying. They're designed a little bit differently, shaped a little differently than normal, just so they can have clothes on them. And also they have eyes, obviously. But other than that, the directors did a really great job on creating a Disney movie that also represents the Mexican culture very well. An example of this is those people that did come in and give suggestions. They had the director switch out a wooden spoon that the abuelita used and switch it to a chancla because often in Mexican culture, the grandmas are hitting or, using the chancla to take their anger out. So they had them switch it to that from a wooden spoon just to better show off that culture. But other than that, it was a really great film and it was a great Disney movie.